Let's check the connection. We're good. All right, amazing. Before I dive into the conversation, I want to clarify that this conversation is not it's not gonna be for every single one. It's only for you, the woman or the man. Now I'm working with men as well, who are ready to step into the 7 figures and beyond. You're ready to scale your business to 7 figures and beyond. But you want to do it from a place of presence, power, precision. You are not doing it from a place of sacrificing all or nothing. That game is I think is not sustainable. You can do that, absolutely. There's so many men and women that are doing that, which is good for them. But if you want to do it in a way that feels really right, sustainable, and that doesn't mean that you're gonna be just sitting down and just putting crystals in your bra. Well, that doesn't apply for men, but just sitting down and visualizing. No, actually it requires a lot of action, but it requires action from a different place that I'm gonna go in depth by the way. Well, with that clear, I want to mention as well that we have an experience coming up on August 12th, which is gonna be the first session called 735, and 735 has the intention to help you, to support you to scale to the 7 figures and beyond. And I'm not gonna say that it's gonna happen in 5 weeks, but in those 5 weeks we're gonna go in depth. We're gonna check the foundation, because there's a different foundation that is required for you to go from 0 to 4, 0 to 5 figures, 0 to 6, and from 6 figures to 7 figures and beyond. Okay. Also, I'm going to give you the significance of the 735, because we've been receiving questions about what is 735. It sounds like a kind of airplane number, something like that. And by the way, that was one of the topics for the campaign, but we moved really, really fast that we didn't just put those visuals. Maybe in the second cohort. Who knows, right? Who knows? But for this cohort, for this intention, and I'm not going to divagate, 735 in the first place, it's actually 7 for 7 figures and 35, because those are 35 days, 5 weeks that we want to be together. And it's called an experience because it's not a program, it's not a mini mind, it's more than that. During those 5 weeks, we're going to go through a process, through a path that is gonna allow us to check every single point, going from energy, going from identity, from nervous system, from offers, from sustainability. That is gonna help you to do that. The first week, the first point to check is not the offers, is not your goal setting, is actually understanding from what place are you coming from what place truly are you acting. And let me tell you, sometimes you know, and for the woman that is watching this video, you know about identity, you know about all those things, self-image, yeah, I know. But if your results are not changing, if you're now in the 5 or 6 figures and you are doing 20,000 things and things are not moving, is because your identity. I mean, how I know that? I went through that process. I felt, oh, I'm acting from this new identity, I'm doing these things and all those things. And those were helping me. But in that specific week, we're gonna go in really, really deep. And right there, and I did this process, like I know it works because I went through that process. I'm not teaching you something that is just like, well, I mean, that sounds cute. Week 1, week 2, let me put more fluff. I went through that thing, and it's deep. And it's not just scripting or just visualizing. Week 1 is gonna touch parts of you that you thought that were not even existing anymore. Right there, I was able to see that I was still acting, with fragments from even 10 years ago. And that is insidious because we don't even see it. So that experience was an eye-opening. I was asking for 7 and beyond, and I was not even ready to receive it. My identity was kind of like mixed match, if that makes sense. And right there, I did have to be really honest with myself and being willing, not to confront, not to negotiate. That is another thing that I do really different when it comes to my life work. I decide who I wanted to be without convincing my current identity. Because when I see so many times, it's like we try to convince ourselves. We try to affirm or script or way out or way up, but it's nothing like that. You have just to decide fully. From here now, I'm identifying myself with, and you can fill the blank. Well, when I did that, and that took me to the second part, which is week 2. I was just like, I kind of like, this is who I am, this all. But one of the things is understanding this concept mentally and doing all the things, utilizing tools. The other thing is bringing your body to the table. Feeling yourself as that woman, acting as that woman, starting moving. And I'm not going to say that's going to happen in 1 second, but your energy can change really, really fast. So right there, I was able to see the contractions, the little contractions. Even thinking about presenting myself in a different way, I was just like, it sounds good, and I would start seeing where were those contractions, those little reactions. Would you know what I'm talking about? When you want to put something out there and there's a little like inner push and pull, it's because your body is not actually on board. And also, this is one of the parts as well that is so important to work, to integrate before to going to the next, before putting new prices, before changing offers. Because if your body is not on board, you're not going to be able to sustain those prices. You're not going to be able to lead those sessions. Maybe you know everything. You know that your life work is worth it, but your body doesn't feel safe. There's not a connection, makes sense? So I went through this process as well. And I was able to see like, wow, it makes sense. I went to charge, and you can put 6 figures for like my one-on-one or whatever experience, and it feels kind of, that contraction. 5 figures, it feels kind of right, and it feels good and has worked in the past. But 6 figures, why? Why I do feel that way? Oh, because first of all, my identity was kind of mixed match. Second, my body is not on board. And right there, the way that we see it right here is very different. I see so many girls, so many women teaching about this, and it's amazing. I mean, we all have different points of view that expanding and all those things. You have to understand, first of all, what is your nervous system telling you now? And another big part is from what place are you have accustomed your nervous system, from what place it's accustomed, from a place of chaos, from a place of urgency, from a place of adrenaline, that I have to be really, really motivated. That was one of the things for me as well. I have to understand and be willing to see, oh, my nervous system is addictive to the adrenaline, it's addictive to the dopamine, it's addictive to having something to solve. Can you relate? If you relate, write this. Yeah, many can work with this. I mean, there's women like all in and all. That's good for them. But if you want to scale from a place of presence and power, that has to go. So right there, I was just like, wow, God, I'm still acting from a place of like conditioning, having something out there, having a goal, having something. And my nervous system, of course, was trained from that place. And right there, I was just not able only to see that, but to choose from what place I want to move, how I want to wake up every single morning, how I want to live my business. I want to be 24/7 on stories. I want to be in the hype. How I want this. that is also taking me and deciding, of course. Week 2 is that. Week 3 is all about doing this, and I call it brutal, but it's not brutal. It's radical. Give me 1 second. Audit. When it comes, I did audit my business, the offers, the way that I was teaching them, the processes. And I went even to the next level, and this is one of the things that you can do as well, because we bring you the tools. I check my protocols as well when it was coming to my nutrition. What are the things that I was doing that were not fully aligned or sustainable for the woman that I know is holding 7 figures and beyond? Because I was able to see that I was acting from a place of what worked for me 5 years ago when I was coming to the nutrition. And right there, I did have to be really mindful with me. See? But for this video, we're gonna keep it just to the offers right there. What offers I'm still putting out there? I'm still doing masterclasses, free masterclasses, paid masterclasses, because it's part of the process, because maybe those work before, but right now it feels kind of like I don't want to do those things, but I just like, it's part of the strategy. I have to be really fucking honest with myself and deciding what. During that process, I did cancel some of the things as well, and maybe you're one of those women that was part of one of the latest masterclasses that I was just like, I'm not gonna do this anymore. And that is the kind of willingness that you have to that you have to have when it comes to checking what is working, what is not working, and what you're doing, because it's bringing you money fast. And we're not here for the fast money. Of course, we want the money to come, right? But you want a system, you want something that is sustainable, that feels really right. And maybe, and I don't have to, I'm not telling you that you have to burn things down. Maybe there are offers that they need to be reviewed by you with this new level, with this new identity that is holding 7 figures and beyond. And from there, deciding, refining. Or there will be others. Maybe you're no longer doing masterclasses, and that's fucking okay. Maybe you're not doing podcasts, and that's okay. Maybe you're not doing emails, but you're doing this and that. Right there is customized for what feels right, and what is also, that is other that. It feels right. It is powerful. It's scalable, and it's gonna bring you profit. We're not leaving nothing behind. So when I did that, right away, I start to creating. Right away, I start to refining. It's not about just doing the energy thing, because that is the 80%, but the other 20%, and this is why our experience is different as well. On week 4, we're gonna be hands-on, creating that new offer. By the way, during that process, 735 came. There is a new portal, right? But it came from experience. It didn't came from just like, hey, let me ask ChatGPT what is best for this. Or let me ask whatever the fuck. It came from me. It came from like, oh, this want to be expressed through and through me, because I went through that process myself. And I know how powerful those 5 weeks can be. So week 4 is all about creation. It's all about refinement. And by week 5, there's another point, and this is really, really important. And many of us, we think like, yeah, I'm just like, I do have everything together. You have to have processes. I don't call it routines. Processes that are going to help you to sustain that. Because once you're constantly working in your identity, embodying this new woman, making those actions, checking in your body, checking how that feels. And when something doesn't feel right, you stop. And right there, you do the work. Why it doesn't feel right? What I'm telling to myself. And, you go through that process, and we give you all the process right there. And then you have to work on your offers. You decide what is coming with you, what is not coming with you. You also, if you want to apply this as well, we bring support when it comes to, you can use this same protocol for your nutrition, which I did as well. So you can reevaluate actually make this audit to towards the people that you let into your life, the things that you get to consume, all those things. And then you get to create, you get to refine. By week 5, we want to make sure that you are acting from this place of pure neutrality. No more rush, no more trying, no more checking every 5 minutes. Oh my God, this is working. Because this is the thing. When we are making those changes, you're not only changing the strategy, you're not only changing the field, you're changing the whole fucking field. You're vibrating a new frequency. And when that happened, of course, the 3D, and I call it the world that you experience, there's a period, there is a delay. It's not like a mirror, looking yourself in the front of the mirror and it's instantly. Maybe it's gonna take you a few weeks, a few days, who knows? Every single one of us, we operate in a different way, right? But right here, the point is for you to sustain that, to no longer questioning yourself, to trust in the process, and of course moving, doing what feels right and aligned, because you already did the work. And I like to explain this as well. When you're pregnant, and well, if you're a man, of course you're not pregnant, but no, it's not possible yet. Well, with all this technology, I'm not gonna divagate, but imagine that you're pregnant, and if you're 1 month, maybe you don't see the bump, you don't see your belly growing, but you know it, and it's the same thing. And I'm not gonna say that you have to have patience, because things really, really move fast, but it will require you a new level of presence, a new level of neutrality, a new level of not trying to do more, but the things that you get to do are gonna land because are coming from a place of presence, power, certainty, and people can feel that. And not only because people can feel that, you know that. And you are moving, you are acting, you having a plan that is not just about just sitting or basking in the energy. It's about everything. Make sense? So we're gonna start on August the 12th. It's gonna be 5 weeks. Each session is 90 minutes. We wanna have time also to do a little Q&A in each session. And the beauty about this is that by week 5, you not only have the refinement when it comes to you, you're not only more in tune with your body, you're not only you were able to see your offers, your pricing, your protocols, but also you have new offers, you have a new momentum, and also processes that are going to help you to maintain that without letting doubt kick in. All right. This was fun. This was different. 735 is here for you. This is the invitation. You know if it feels right for you. You know if you want to ask a question or you want to explore more about the options, or DMs are open for you. This is not about convincing. This is not about to explain you and bring you and drag you. That is not about that. The woman that I work with is just a woman that who knows. You know if this is going to help you, if that is going to support you in the long run or not. And that's fine. That's totally fine. What I want for you, either if you join or not, is to reevaluate deeply. Where are you doing? Where you are right now, who you are, what are you doing, how your body feels when you're doing that. And whatever you're doing, whatever you're feeling, if that is sustainable. And if it is not sustainable, and if you want to have support and be part of this experience, you can send us a DM. There are a few ways to join, and we'll see you soon.